Bienvenido a mi canal, me llamo Cody y estamos siguiendo aquí en Technomancer. Vamos a ver, vamos donde lo dejamos. Mira, todo esto se puede coger. Esto, a ver, por aquí. Descuartizar. Y vamos a entrar. Vale, ahora teníamos que ir a hablar con el príncipe. A ver, perdón. Que el príncipe está... Este es... barrios de refugiados. Supongo que será este, ¿no? Aquí hay más gente. Supongo, puede ser este. Ah, pero este es una altura. Venga, vamos a ir hacia allá. Vale. Y vamos a ir viendo. ¿Cómo está? Bueno, ¿quieres? Joder, macho. Eso de que no puedas saltar por los sitios, que tengas... Vamos a ir directamente a ver al príncipe. A ver... ¿Qué es lo que quiere? Afuera, joder. Ya. Espérate. Que podemos ir por una zona que hay por aquí, me parece. Va.
You wanted to see me?
Yes. I apologize once again for having to play this role in front of you, but the situation was a difficult one, and I could not risk blowing my cover.
I understand. You're one of Dandolo's spies too?
No. I work for my people, even if Dandolo was a precious ally. I was in Ophir to plan an escape, but it was not exactly what I wanted to tell you about. I would like to offer you my services.
You're also a mercenary?
No, I am not interested in serum, and a Technomancer ally, yes. It is rare for mutants to know someone with your talents. So if you need a hand or any information, you know where to find me. And maybe I will ask for your services once in a while.
All right.
Bueno, de momento hemos dicho que íbamos, ya tendré tiempo de preguntarle. Ah, sí puedo subir. No puedo, vale. No puedo ir por la zona más rápida, vale, de acuerdo. Joder, tengo que ir por la más lenta. Por aquí era... A ver... tenemos que ir ahí. Tenemos que subir por aquí. Vamos. Vamos a entrar por aquí.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you have a moment?
A ver. Ay, perdón. Es aquí, ¿no? Ah, eso es un zoólogo. La entrada al palacio está por aquí, ¿no? No. Vamos por aquí abajo. Yo creo que es por ahí, ¿no?
Yes, you. Do you have a moment?
No. Bueno, sí lo tengo, espera. A ver, ¿qué narices quieres? A ver.
Hey there.
Hello, I'm Brett. And you are?
Zachariah.
A pleasure then, Zachariah. Are you a hunting enthusiast, a trapper, specialist in local species? Maybe a strong fellow like you might be a mixture of them all.
Sorry to
Posiblemente.
disappoint you, but I'm none of those things.
Ah, well, my hope got the best of me. I've been looking for someone to aid in my studies. A shame. Sure you're not a hunter, or even someone who'd want to try his hand at it.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Yes, of course. You see, the focus of my study is the planet's fauna, all the insects and animals brought by the settlers that have since mutated, much like our own mutants, if not in a more spectacular way. Now, I've studied the most well-known of the creatures, of course, but I have heard of much more rare specimens, which I would go to any lengths to study. It would offer great insight into the animal mutations. Anyone can admire their beauty, but what we need is to understand how they came to be what they are. We need to study their anatomy, but they are, of course, rather dangerous.
So you need a hunter to find them and bring back your specimens. I might be able to help. What are you after?
Well, there is so much. There's a black mole and
Un
a
topo
shield
negro.
toad. Also a locust I've named Locusta tempestatus, or more colorfully, the storm locust. It's been spotted in the tunnels beneath Ophir.
What can you tell me about the storm locust?
Locusta tempestatus? Well, very little but what has been told to me, actually. It is a creature, by all word, that seems to feed on electrical sources. Looks like an ordinary locust, which we know also shares the taste for electricity, but it's much larger. Perhaps its purportedly massive thirst for electricity is simply in proportion to its size? I don't know, but I'm hungry to find out.
Vamos a ver al príncipe. Que te dejes de agachar, macho. Ah, mira, aquí es.
Checking the leading against me. Ah, and here comes the rare pearl, the diamond in the rough that my Nisha tells me about. Come, young man.
Zachariah Mancer. was a lieutenant in abundance.
Then welcome to Noctis Labyrinthus, Zachariah Mancer, former lieutenant of abundance. I am Dandolo, head of this fair city.
Legendary city of the merchants. Hardly less legend than I thought, or been told.
But hopefully as glorious as legends proclaim. Regardless, for all who come seeking asylum, it opens its arms to you and your companions. You are free to call it home. Like all who have come before you, you will honor our only request, that you make yourselves useful to our city. I'm sure your skills will place you in high demand. Noctis' first Technomancer. Exciting. You'll have all the help you need with Nisha and Lucky, who I believe you've met. We'll give you a room to get some rest. I hear your trip was quite eventful. There is something else. I would like to personally discuss my expectations of you. You hear? War between Abundance and Aurora's winding down. Aurora took Green Hope.
Just left Ophir a few hours ago and didn't hear anything about that.
That really surprise you? Your little censorship office probably hasn't decided what to do with the information yet. No. Don't look at me like that. You don't belong to Abundance anymore. The truce doesn't behoove us. During peace, the corporations become more suspicious of us and our business suffers. Our city could even be discovered, which would be catastrophic. In legend, it must remain.
What do you...
No, let me speak. Your welcome here comes at a price. I want you to attack an Aurora convoy. It's right up your alley.
And why would I do that?
I didn't finish. You will do it in abundance uniforms, dissolving the truce. Do what you want with the soldiers, but let the civilians live. They need to be witnesses that will report back to Aurora.
So you keep the war going?
Precisely. And while you're at it, bring back the uniforms of the Aurora Technomancers you dispatch. I'm sure I'll find a use for them down the road. Another thing, much more trivial this time, I assure you. The rover you came in on, I'd like you to move it. Put it wherever you want, do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it's not in the way in the canyon. I just don't want Ophir to stumble over the machine and, as a result, find the road that leads here.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Oh yes, one last thing. My spies gave me a little tidbit that might interest you. Right after your escape, the ASC arrested your Technomancer brothers. That's what you call them, right? From Ophir. Their fate's uncertain, but if I was you, I'd be worried for them. If you're worried enough to want to help them, maybe we can set up some sand sails to get you back.
Eso es
And your help comes
interesante.
at what cost? Assuming it's not out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't be so bitter, Zachariah. Business is business, not personal. I just thought a few Technomancers on our side might be useful.
Bueno, ya nos está pidiendo cosas que no me gustan, que se habían vuelto contra mí. No son enemigos míos, el pueblo, y sobre todo menos la ciudad de Ophir, que no me ha hecho absolutamente nada. Tengo una habitación por aquí, vamos a verla. No, pero bueno, esto se lo voy a abrir.
Blood, corpses, misery. Those things follow a merchant. Dead. Never left Ophir.
I would have died there, Scott. I'm sorry you had to come with me. I really am. You could have stayed. But I have to go see what Dandolo wants.
I know it sounds bad, but what do you think Abundance or Aurora would do if they found our little outcast city? Dandolo may be cruel,
Es de
but in
noche,
the end,
dejarme en paz,
everyone
no os
wants
quiero
to feel
escuchar.
like this.
Ya, os habéis callado la boca, ya era hora. Venga, limpia el suelo. Bueno. Vale. Un momento, voy aquí. Un segundo, Vale, pues ahora vamos a ver qué hacemos. Una capilla. Espera. No sé si es por aquí. No, es entrando. A ver, no, es que quiero bajarla. Aunque si tengo un acceso más rápido para... Si quiero ver aquí a esta gente. Vale. Ah, mira, tenemos un... allí. Por aquí está. ¿Qué es este?
Hey, there you are. Your meeting go well?
As well as hoped. Thanks.
Then let's get down to business. You know who I am. You know my past. You know what little I have left. What are you gonna do about it now is the question. You gonna use what you can against me? Well, let me carry on with the small life I've managed to build.
No, son muchas preguntas que todavía no...
I want to help you. What can I do?
Some things can't be healed, Rogue. Like that scar across your face. I'm guessing you got it the day I lost everything. And was reduced to a sad, broken, armless shadow of what I might have been.
Some things can't be healed, but most can be mended, Brent. Let me ask around. It might be a long shot, but maybe you'll find a new reason to call yourself lucky again. We'll find someone who can lead you back to your gifts. I promise.
I may be bitter, but I'm no less grateful. Thank you, Zachariah. A little show of kindness goes a long way.
A ver... Vale, pues había... Ah, aquí es viajar, pero no quiero viajar. Ahora mismo no. Tenemos un montón de cosas que hacer por aquí.
Zachariah, you look good. Better than I. As if that was hard to accomplish.
What do you think about Andrew? He comes from Ophir like you, and he could have become a Technomancer, but he had an accident.
I remember, yes. You know that I was the one who had spotted his abilities and had taken him to school, as I did for you? I thought that he was dead. That's what I was told, that he was dead. I shouldn't have listened. He's perfectly alive now.
Yes, but he lost an arm during the accident, and he can't use Technomancy anymore.
How so? That's ridiculous. Technomancy has nothing to do with arms. It is all in the head. You just have to... Let me think. Yes, I think that with... Yes, that's it. With a full Technomancer kit, I would have the parts needed to create a bypass on a classic prosthesis. I would need my notes to do that.
Your notes?
I studied Technomancy as well. Anyway, from a scientific standpoint, obviously. I've never thrown lightning bolts, and I can't do it physically. Moreover, those kits wouldn't suit me, I'm sure.
Scott, you studied Technomancy?
Yes, and I had conducted in-depth research on the way in which your neural network expressed its static charge throughout your equipment. But all this is old. I can't remember it all. And I left my notes in Ophir. I won't have any trouble helping that boy to bring me my notes and the equipment. You wanted something else?
No. Thank you, Scott. I'm gonna try to bring all that back.
Vale, ya tenemos más misiones. Por aquí hay otro que da misiones o que... ¿Dónde está? de arriba, yo qué sé. Que no veo a nadie. Y este, con este no puedes hablar. A ver si va a estar por aquí. No, por aquí detrás no está. Estos son mercaderes. Pues no, vamos por allí. Lo bueno es que todavía no me han pegado un tiro. A ver.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
I took the rover all the way down into the canyon. Unfortunately, that's where I hit a wild ostrich, and now the thing won't drive. Heard you might be able to help get it back here.
And why exactly would we want to help you? We who are just monsters to you and your kind, even here. One of us was just lynched. And what did your kind do about it? Nothing. And when we are sick, what one of you would help us even in fair exchange for serum? Why then, answer me, would we help you now?
You said there was a lynching. Tell me about it. Maybe I could help.
The last time a man helped a mutant, it was only to bring a chair to help him reach the noose. And those that didn't participate watched, and did nothing.
Who were these men?
It was those crazy, religious zealots who hate us. Believe we have no souls. If we want the prince to do something, we need evidence. Same goes for handling it ourselves. But all we have is the body of our brother. We won't punish an innocent. We are not like them.
Not all humans are like that. Maybe I'll have some better luck asking around. I'll look into it.
Vale. Tenemos que encontrar a un testigo de la... Bueno, vamos por aquí. Voy a ir sacando misiones.
The most exotic goods on the planet. All here, in one stall.
Bye then.
No, me
It's a
confundí.
shame. I have some wonderful goods. The most exotic goods on the planet. All
Todo
here,
aquí en un
in one
puesto.
stall.
I just need information.
The only information I have is about my goods.
Mira cómo se frota las manos la tía. Pero es que no. Escudo de pinchos. Pero ahora mismo es que no tienes nada. Es que no tiene nada así que me pueda llamar la atención. Nada.
The most exotic goods on the planet. All here,
sí.
in one stall.
I just need information.
The only information I have is about my goods.
A ver. Si le compro... André tampoco puede. Pues nada. Es que quiero comprar, si compro algo... Si el valor 384. Y si te vendo... Tengo fusiles de asalto y un fusil de soldado. Es que ni chaqueta ni... No, vale. Ah. Es que nada. A ver, tenemos por aquí un... no. Esto no es. Esta. Nos da igual ir por un sitio que por el otro, ¿no? Un momento. Pero para forzarlo, o sea, si lo que digo, si es que no encuentro nada. Nada en condiciones.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Stop being so impatient. This was a recollection of journeys and news updates from my different contacts. It's normal. It's unnecessary. Noctis will do nothing more than a pack of misfits.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
Did you hear about that mutant who got lynched? I want to know who did it.
I see. But why do you think I would know anything about it?
You know everything going on around here. And since I'm feeling generous...
Thank you. To tell you the truth, I was there when it happened. A gang of fanatics came to the temple, and they ran into the mutant. They pushed him around for a while, and then they hung him. It was awful. There was a lot of them, and they were completely crazy. I couldn't do anything.
I bet. Thank you for the information.
Hablar con unos fanáticos, a ver qué me cuentas tú, Zachariah.
Hey, back.
What happened?
Tengo que ir preguntándole poco a poco
I
para
had a
poder...
surge. A big one. One even the Masters never saw coming, literally. Before they even knew what was happening, I electrified everyone and everything around me. It screamed like thunder from my body, before the ceiling itself finally collapsed in on me. I woke up in the infirmary without an arm, surrounded by all those powerful Masters who stood there shaken, whispering, their eyes still filled with fear. Then everything went dark again, and I woke up in a sand sail.
Why aren't you with your family?
Right, my family. They were small-time merchants. I'm sure real proud their son was gifted with technomancy and was joining the school. They were also scared as shit of me for the same reason. We're all scared of what we don't understand. It's why so many fear us both. Not that I'm sure any of the Masters even asked them to take me back. It was more important to them that I disappear for good, to hide what happened, keep the illusion of their infallibility intact. Also, to hide the fact they had people among them who had the power to take down entire buildings. No, I had to go. In some ways, they even did me a favor.
And you never tried to reconnect with them? Even after you got free?
No, I looked for him. Even tracked down my father. who's just this old man. Didn't even recognize me. And if he did, he'd probably just hate me for what I've become. A crippled outcast, not something you'd put your pride in. So I let it lie, just walked away.
Bueno, pues ya. Luego seguiremos preguntando. A ver qué hay aquí. Por aquí. ¿No era por aquí por donde tenemos que ir? No. A ver, déjame ver una cosa en el mundo. ¿Ves? Aquí hay algo que hacer. Pues allá vamos a ir. ¿Y cómo se va? Ah, bueno, vale. Vale, pues tenemos que acabar primero con los tecnomantes, digo con los tecnomantes, joder. Pero a ver dónde están. Eso me lleva al palacio. Al palacio, pero yo solo veo aquí no hay nada. Vamos a ir de vuelta para atrás porque por aquí no es. Y por aquí tampoco podemos ir. Por aquí no podemos bajar. Okay, por ahí hay una bajada. O una subida, como quiero decirlo. A ver, ahora sí que sale. Es que están en varias alturas. ¿Quién tengo que hablar?
Gentlemen, you are responsible for an awful crime. It's pointless to try to deny it. Several witnesses saw you. You didn't even try to be discreet.
We didn't have to hide. We're carrying out a divine mission, and nobody will prevent us from doing so. Not even you. Come on, guys! For the shadow!
¿Estáis tontos? ¿Estáis tontos?
Stop by the shadow. Stop! Yes. Yes. We killed the soulless mutant. But who cares? They gave their souls to the sun and betrayed the shadow. And their horrid forms became punishment. Why does it concern you?
Whatever your superstitions, over here, mutants are free. And believe me, when they learn that you're behind all this, I wouldn't bet that you'll get out of this alive.
No, no! I beseech you, don't tell them. Think about the turmoil it will create in the city, the riots. How about raising their doubts over something else?
No quiero recompensas.
You would be rewarded.
Vamos, cagado. Vamos a ver, necesito su ayuda y no voy a mentir. Eso está claro, ¿no? Espera, creo que por aquí hay un... Eso puede... No, es una bajada simple. Están por allí. Creo que este... No. Este.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
Regarding the investigation you asked me to do.
Did you find anything? Who killed our brother?
The eyewitness testimony is clear, and they've even confessed. It's the work of religious fanatics.
Assholes! I knew it. We're gonna make them pay. Your help has been appreciated. And I see that there are exceptions to the selfishness that pervades most of your kind. We will get your vehicle, but it will take some time. We can only work at night, and the ostriches will have a hard time with such a large machine. We should have it back within 12 hours for you.
I can imagine that you're surprised to see so many mutants moving freely around here. I know that it's not the case in Ophir.
Zach, perfect timing. You remember Abby Goodman, friend of mine you helped before?
Yeah, of course. She really your friend, or all just part of the cover you had going on?
No, no. She is. She's a spy for Noctis too, though. She's actually been working on something for me and finally managed to get some info I'd been trying to get.
What information was that?
Sí, cuéntame,
I
porque
spent a
tenemos
part of my life in
11
a
horas.
rehabilitation camp after my arrest in Ophir. It was the worst time of my existence, and I've always wondered how I'd ended up here. Who had turned us in? We were just a group of street kids. We would steal food here and there, but we weren't dangerous. However, we were arrested and deported to a camp like hardened criminals or terrorists. What happened followed me for many years, until I learned that an important member of the Vori clique was responsible for the deportation of dozens of people. Most of them were innocent, but a nuisance for the mob. I want to find that guy. I want to know if it's he who got us deported. I want to understand why, and make him pay. For me, and my companions, of course, but also for those poor people who hadn't asked for anything.
I'm sorry, but I can't come with you right now.
I see.
Hi, Nisha.
No,
Hi, Zach. Everything else?
no quiero hablar con...
Hey. Hey, back.
What about your gift? I thought people died if they didn't use their fluid.
It's a myth. There are rogue technomancers out there. Not a lot, but a few. They know how to control their fluid surges. Probably the only thing that piece of shit Marcelo could take credit for. He introduced me to one of those guys, and after that, I learned to control it the hard way. The irony, no? I'll never be a technomancer now, but I control the fluid better than any of Abundance's masters. Not for power, just to make sure my own brain doesn't fry.
What have you been up to since you left?
What have I done? Well, after spending 10 years of my life as a slave trying to pay that piece of shit Marcelo back for what he called my debts, traveled in his luggage hold, did his dirty jobs, whatever he needed to get his business going. Carried crates, drove sand sails, shoveled sand, ran errands, but mostly he just picked his customers' pockets. I traveled a lot, though, if I'm going to find any silver lining in it, and have earned my damn place here in Noctis. Even if the price of that has been rarely sleeping in a real bed or reading a book that wasn't about accounting.
Should have remembered you. Back when we were kids, the world just revolved around you.
Really? How so?
Do you ever even know the influence you had? How much the other kids tried to be you? How much I did?
The influence was just an illusion. I don't like remembering myself like that. Even if it's right. Feel like I was just another manipulator, though. Manipulating people to get what I wanted out of them. To let them get what they wanted out of me. All just a time I'd rather forget, honestly. If you don't mind.
Bueno, chicos, esto es todo por hoy. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Darle un like si os ha gustado, suscribiros y compartir el canal, que eso hará que crezca el canal. ¡Chao, chao!